GamingFreak.com. Hello, welcome to another tactics video. Thank you again for coming back to watch these videos. So, firstly, I'd like to apologize to that guy. That's my bad. So, today we're going to be talking about point defense. Some people like to call it camping. I prefer to see it more as a tactical response to a decent team, where you're on a team with some blues maybe who, who knows, might have come from academy or whatever, but you're not doing so well in the match. So you've got to hold a point at least to give everyone a chance. And that's where this strategy comes in. It can come in as well when you already hold all the points, but then it can be even more boring. Here you can see I'm being slightly retarded with the equipment selection. So the great thing about certain maps with point defense is you can be really in an amazing vantage point to just harass the enemy, pick people off, and make their life really difficult. And this is an amazing ragdoll just here. Just flings him to the side. So here you can see we've got Alpha, we've taken Bravo, but I think they might be hacking it back. So I'm using the scanner on my solo Logi suit here, even though I'm in a squad, just to keep an eye on what's going on and be aware of the surroundings. So here you can see they're grouping together. I'm trying to stop them hacking Alpha by pressuring them, but they are clever. They're not getting caught in there with these guys until it seems to them like I'm gone. So what you've got to do here with point defense is not get distracted and not leave the point, and also be a decent shot, unlike I am. You'll see in a second what I mean. See here, I can't hit anything very well. So they managed to take Alpha, which is a bit annoying, but I can still try and kill the guys who are taking Alpha or just took it. So I've freed up this area to be counter-hacked, but there's no one there right now to counter-hack, and I don't want to drop down to do the counter-hacking because I'll let someone else hack it so I can defend that point, which is the whole reason for doing point defense. You can do it in many ways on different maps in different areas. On this map though, there's quite a few counters to this, but we were lucky on this game that the other team didn't counter it very well. If you're going to do it properly with a full team, you can take out a lot of the turrets so that you don't get peppered by turret fire. But snipers, forged guns, railed gun tanks, or even blaster tanks can be a bit of a pain. As you could see there, I was getting shot quite repetitively by, I think, a sniper actually. So here again you can see the vantage point really excelling in terms of being able to kill people, which is nice in a sadistic kind of way. And again here, Charlie, it's a bit harder to defend with this point defense, but it can be done. It's just so happens that the guy here was a heavy. I felt like I fired 3 shots there, but apparently I only fired 2. I don't know if that's a known bug. So here, just trying to clear out this area, but that heavy, he's got good EHP going on. So I notice we've rehacked Alpha, so I head back to that side because I know at any given point they're gonna start hacking it if they can. And I tell the squad to stay on the other side and concentrate on the CRU and Charlie. I keep getting distracted though and coming around. If you're really doing dedicated play to win kind of strategy, you'll just stay on the point that you've chosen to defend, and have a couple of people just constantly defending that one point. So what we could have done here, if we were really intense about keeping Alpha, is we could have had 2 people, perhaps myself and Nitro defending Alpha, but we decided that just me was enough and the others were needed there to try and hold the rest at bay as much as possible. because the Reds were giving a good game actually, this other team. So it was nice to have that, and they were putting drop up links in inappropriate places, making it more interesting for us in that respect, but not succeeding for that guy anyway. So here I'm just staying at Alpha, scanning and helping the guys out at the CRU and Charlie, trying to give them a chance to fight them, hold off the Reds by having good visibility. So I know many people don't like this because it's camping and whatnot, but to be honest, it is a viable strategy and tactic. You know, it stops the enemy from holding a point or taking a point for that matter, unless they know what they're doing. There's quite a few teams out there, to be honest, who will be able to defend against this and who know what they're doing. But there's also a lot of people who maybe are not always aware of that. So again, you can see we're holding Alpha quite comfortably, which is allowing the rest of the team to move on to other objectives. And the great thing with that is you then have greater manpower focused in one area, rather than focused on defending Alpha. At the start, if we hadn't been able to hold Alpha or Bravo consistently, then we would probably have got penned in, orbitaled, and redlined, which is anything but ideal. And as you can see here, the run to the Alpha null cannon is not very well covered, which is good because it allows me to pick people off on the way, and with that it makes life easier for the whole team as well as the squad. So, you know, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think this is a dick move. I'm sure many of you are like, oh, you're ruining the game or whatever, but I think at the start you could see we were close to getting redlined, so I feel this was a viable tactic, and we would have lost A many times and then would have lost Bravo again and again, because this red team were bringing a good game actually, to be fair. I'll give them credit in that respect. And they were trying to get drop up links in good places and whatnot, but yeah, so the only issue here is if you can't hold the entire city, you can probably hold 2 points in this respect, but the indoors one is harder to do for point defense unless you've got some scouts, etc. in that area. Another thing that is interesting, if you've got more squads, holding the outside points will give you 2 points. So you only need to then point defense one point in the city, which can be easier said than done sometimes if you've got a good side, you know, like what the French or Nyansan, etc. They'll be focusing the fire upwards because they know what they're doing. But in a general public match, you'll stand more of a chance from the point defense strategy. I've got a few other videos with point defense which I'll upload, perhaps without commentary. But let me know if you guys would like the commentary or not. Oh shit, it's starting to hail here, so sorry if the audio sounds like some bad background noise going on. This is a nice map for point defense. There's a few things you can do. You can do what I'm doing here at Alpha. You can also go on the layer above me and do the same thing if you've got a long-range weapon like a rail rifle. Or the tower that's currently directly in front of me and above and up. If you put forge gunners up there, defending I think it's Charlie is really quite easy, because you can forge gun that area, which is nice in terms of the ease of holding that point, which is awesome. And then For Charlie as well, if you're on this layer, grenades I've found or explosive weapons are the best. I'm kind of looking forward to the commandos being quite viable again, because they with them being viable, you might be able to have a anti-shield weapon such as a scrambler rifle or a laser, or scrambler pistol potentially, and then you may also be able to have an explosive weapon like a good mass driver. And with the fittings currently being difficult, it might be more viable with the what do you call it, with the faction warfare weapons and modules. That'll make it extremely viable in that respect. So yeah, let me know if you guys like this tactic. I'm pretty sure you don't. Don't hate me too much. Don't go nuts on the dislikes. But even if you do dislike, we still love you, so don't worry too much about that. Another great way to potentially use this tactic is if you have a coordinated squad. So perhaps 2 scouts running around the points, putting remote explosives and setting traps, or when 1.8 comes out cloaked nearby, one person doing what I'm doing, using a vantage point to their advantage, and you know, picking people off, along with the scouts running down the bottom. You could also have a sniper covering the point. If you're going to really go all out, you could also have a forge gun as well. So I mean, there's many different ways you could do this, and you know, it has a lot of potential to be a really cool but very annoying tactic if you do it in a good way. Plus drop uplinks, you could just put so many drop uplinks down in many places, especially with scouts, and with the Logi bonus for the Amar coming in 1.8, if that is the correct bonus, I mean it's always subject to change, could be a very interesting strategy. Of course, you need a squad almost for each point, which is not always viable. So even if you're one squad, you notice here for most of the match we've not actually lost Alpha, which has meant the rest of the team could focus on having more fun trying to take the other points. Although with the success rate they're having, I'm not sure if they were having a lot of fun. So so yeah, this game I think we lost. It was pretty close. We nearly pulled it back, but didn't seem to work so well. So I'd just like to thank all of you guys for liking, subscribing, and everything that you've already done so far. It's really appreciated, and I wouldn't be doing these videos if it wasn't for you guys liking the videos and sharing, etc. So thanks again. We are recruiting. If you're looking for a corp, the alliance is growing as well. If you're looking for an alliance, if you're looking for a corp, feel free to apply. Everything you guys will need for either the alliance or the corp is in the description below. Thanks again, guys. Bye.